Uncle Momo's music reaction channel, where I provide my views on talented artists from around the world, both established artists and non-established artists. And I promise you that you won't be disappointed whatsoever. So why don't you come and join me in discovering amazing, talented artists and bringing it to the forefront of my channel for us to view. Now, my next reaction, I'm just about to say first reaction. It wasn't my first reaction of today, actually. So my next reaction, we're going over to Ukraine. I haven't reacted to this particular artist before. So I hope I'm getting her name right. Illaria, I think that's her name. This song is called Clear Red. The song was created on the basis of a Ukrainian folk song, Oh Clear Red Vibranium, in the Meadow, from Slavon. I'm gonna try and say the name. And so bear with me. I'll need a little bit of help.
Slobozhanshina.
Slobozhanshina. Is how am I pronouncing that name right? Slobozhanshina. I don't know if I'm getting better. Some days I feel that my pronunciations are getting better, and some days I have hard days in struggling. But you know what? I'm still persevering, and I can't wait until the 1st of January when I start learning properly what is Ukrainian. And what I'm going to do as well, when I do my reactions, I'm going to say the 5 words that I've learned every day, or 10 words that I've learned every day, and then you can let me know how my pronunciations and everything else is going on with that. I'm not going to turn it into my reaction channel into a learning curve, but I just want to share and interact with you guys regarding the way how I'm learning, because I'm teaching myself. Anyway, and as well as there's going to be a number of, I think, 3 other Ukrainian subscribers that's going to be helping me along the way as well. So I'm looking forward to it. So look, let's go back into this. So this is a Ukrainian folk song, which she kind of interpreted into her own way. But that's all I have to show. That's all I have. Now, it was premiered on the 10th of January, but it's only got 954 views. I just don't get it. So this is an audio visual. So, without further ado, you know what we're here for. Great vocabs and a damn good video audio music. Can you dig it? And I know about the seasonal flowers as well and what they represent. It's amazing what I think I learned.
Ясна, красна, калина в лузі, святі речі, а іще ясніш дівка галочка. Добрий вечір.
Добрий вечір.
Як зоря сходить, святі речі, водицю несе, як пала пливе. Добрий вечір.
So basically, Dobry Вечір, I know what that means. It's amazing what I've learned so far. And I ain't even started yet.
Світлицю вийшло, зірочки сяють, святі речі, зірочки сяють, падаючи встають. Добрий вечір.
Добрий вечір.
Встають, шапки скидають, святі вечір.
Святі вечір.
Шапки скидають, світло знають. Добрий вечір.
I suppose the only thing that's authentic regarding from the old folk music is the instruments, it's like a flute, I forgot what the name is called. Everything is modern instruments. So it's just sort of like bringing the folk into the modern times, but not forgetting the history of the folk culture. That's where you get the white cry from. She does it really good, actually. But what is not explained is what season are we in for this song? Because it looks like spring right about now with the... Are we going into spring or coming out of spring? Because if this hasn't got nothing to do with spring, then you'll confuse me with the hat. that was Illaria. I hope I'm pronouncing the name right. With Bright Red. It's Bright Red, but like I said, I believe it's the remake of the Vibranian song. That's what it's been explained anyway. When I listened to it, it was very high tempo, very kind of festive. I couldn't even tell if it was any, I mean, it didn't sound anything similar to the Red Vibranian song that I have reacted to. So they done a very challenging task in making it, paying homage to a great folk song, but also bringing it into a new era of modern, which, you know, sometimes it's not really needed. All you have to do is sort of like sing the original song, the original cultural background. And I feel that has a sort of like, okay, so number one, I don't know, I love folk music, but I don't really know the history and how deep the folk music goes until you guys tell me. Yep, number one. My personal preference is my preference is don't tamper so much with an old historic folk song, because in the melody, in the construction of the song, is a storytelling that must not be forgotten, and to a point of it's got to be shared and not forgotten. So when you tamper with it a little bit, you're tampering with the historic value of it. And if you change it and it comes somewhat where people like it, and then that comes the norm, then you've altered that folk song and what it means and the historic values of it. So I feel that folk songs, yes, pay homage to it and brilliance of it, and you know, but I feel sometimes it has to be sung that way how it was sung 300 years ago, in order to remember the historic values and you know, the tones and the tone frequencies that it represents in one's body, how it resonates in one's body. You start changing the tone and the melodies to it, then you're changing the tone frequency of the original 100-year-old or 300-year-old folk song. And if you're changing that, then you're changing the medicinal properties within the frequencies of the songs. For instance, the white cry noise. It has so much historic, culture and values in it, but it plays more than that. Because when you are chanting these things, it resonates in one's body. Now imagine if you change the tone of that chanting, then you're changing the tone of the resonance, which possibly breaks inside your body. It has a different effect. So sometimes we must learn the old ways according to the old ways and stick to the script before we start tampering around with it, and understand what it means before we start tampering around with it. I do love the song, don't get me wrong. And I love the modern entity to it, don't get me wrong. But I just wanted but because the only reference that I felt to the song was that little flute part, which was very, very folky, and then the white cry, everything else I felt that was, you know, was invented by Illaria, and which is amazing, but what parts, there could be important parts in there which shouldn't have been tampered about with. I'm not too sure yet until I go in and listen to the original, then I can do the comparison. But overall, amazing job, a lovely job. Surprised that it's only got 954 views. Surely we can do more than that. Until then, I salute you. Boom!